Now, when you look at this place, what comes to your mind? Of course, real estate at its best. Look again and take a good look at this place. It's a place you call home. It's a county. It's a country. Whatever you call it, this is Kenya, one of the most beautiful cities in East Africa. Welcome again to Nairobi. My name.
Tell me who gon' rise and fall. I've been running from my flaws, still I'm standing 10 feet tall. Mirror, mirror, don't you lie. I can see it in my eyes. Truth gon' surface every time, even when no dancing with my shadow in a room full of gold. Tryna count on my regrets like the stories I told. Mama said, boy, don't sell your soul for applause, but the silence louder now than a million God. I seen kings fall quick for a hit on a rail. Seen queens trade crowns for a 6-figure deal. I don't blame them, I just pray for them. We all one mistake from the cage out of graveyard. Living like a movie, but the credits never roll. They gon' crop you out the frame if you ever lose control. Talk truth, they call it hate, but the fake love louder than an ache. Every scar got a sermon in it, every L got a learning in it. I ain't perfect, I just pin it how I lived it. If the game rigged, then I still pivot. Mirror on the wall, tell me who gon' rise and fall. I've been running from my flaws, still I'm standing 10 feet tall. Mirror, mirror, don't you lie. I can see it in my eyes. Truth gon' surface every time, even when no one's mirror on the wall. Tell me who gon' rise and fall. I've been running from my flaws, still I'm standing 10 feet tall. Mirror, mirror, don't you lie. I can see it in my eyes. Truth gon' surface every time, even when they want captions, not scriptures. They want clout, not pictures. They want pain and a filter, so I bleed through the pics like scriptures. You can't cancel what's
8 homes or older homes that were once homes for the old people, the people that established this country, have been demolished. The playgrounds that used to be for their kids, the areas that they call their neighborhoods, have all come down. People are now living together in the same vicinity, no longer far away from each other. Where are they living? Places called apartments. Before that, what is this city or country called Kenya? Kenya's capital is Nairobi. Nairobi is the capital and the largest city of Kenya, a major economic hub for East Africa, known for its vibrant mix of urban life and wildlife, including the unique Nairobi National Park on its doorstep. And this place has since developed into a center for finance, technology, and tourism, often called the Green City in the Sun. Kenya is located south central Kenya, about 140 kilometers south of the equator. That's where Nairobi is located, and at the same time, in the heart of Kenya. Tourism has brought this country very far. It's a gateway for safaris with attractions like Nairobi National Park, the Sheldrick Wildlife, Trust Elephant or Orphanage, and cultural sites like the National Museum of Kenya. I happen to have had the opportunity to visit the Museum of Kenya. This country was established as a railway depot, by the way, back then. But now things have changed. When you look at the history of Kenya,
Wait, this same one?
when they were colonized by the British, the buildings that were in this place were not that the ones we have now. So many sky-rising buildings have emerged, and it just displaced the older buildings. Houses that were built back then where children called home. The schools were just next to them. The shops that they used to go to, the so-called markets, have been demolished. When you look at the sky-rising buildings or the skyscrapers, one building can have everything that is needed for the community. It has the park, it has the market, it has the parking yard, it has the amenities like hospital, it has the residential apartments. And above all, some of them have the helipads. But let's look at Nairobi again. Everybody is trying to build a skyscraper. Who are these people who are living in these homes? Are they renting? Is able to take care of your demand where necessary. Let's delve into the cost of these apartments. In terms of rental, some of them go as to the tune of $3,000 month. The Airbnbs are being rented at the rate of $500 per night, especially in Kileleshwa and Westlands. The realtors in this area are really in business. Their structures are even booked before completion. So you put a down payment before the house is even completed. So giving the realtors an opportunity to use your money to finish the building before you can come in. So they are literally not losing in here. But that is what development is. Because the buyer has ascended to the idea of depositing before taking the house. And the constructor has ascended to the idea, making it or cementing into the notion that I must complete this structure. When you look at the skyline, when you look at the express highway, when you look at the Mombasa Road, when you look at the Kamakis Road, which is the Eastern Bypass, you see change, you see development and tourism, often called the green city in the sun. So this is one of the greatest development we've so far had, in the East African region, and also part of the West African region. Like it stands out from afar, but it has had also its different economic challenges that came in place. But I tell you, most of them were wiped out, and it is what we see today. I decided to move in the city center and found out that so many skies, almost no space of you to put any building there. All spaces have been taken. If you're going to get any, You're just going to buy that one person who has not yet built one, but is all covered up or surrounded by tall skyscrapers. Because in real sense, let's look at it logically. You have very two tall buildings surrounding your small house down there. It wasn't small back then when you bought it or when you built it. It is just the time has come for you to be down there. So the only good thing you can do is to either develop it or look for a developer and you partner with the developer, or sell it out at a huge sums of money and you move in the outskirts. Maybe go to Tattoo City, maybe go to Mombasa Road, maybe go somewhere very far or not far at all, but a little closer to the city. You can go to the side of the airport side, that's Embakasi. You can be able to get a very good plot there and you build your house. Because I'm meant to be aware that most early planned buildings or plots did not specifically specify which category of building is gonna be there. It was for you buy a plot of land and build what you want. So anybody can build any type of building they want in the space. You do not have a voice to either dictate on the person's income or the person's capital to develop his plots. But now that there are areas that are specifically designed for bungalows or for only one step floor building, not more than that, so that everybody within the vicinity is definitely looking alike. Everybody sees the sun when it's rising and everybody sees the sun when it's setting, not giving others opportunity to see the sun and for you don't see the sun. So that is what most people are now doing. But I'm telling you, Nairobi is like a London in East Africa. I have to be truthful to this. Of course, I'm not going to do a bitter comparison between other countries, but you can see for yourself. If you look at the skyline, you can see only tall buildings, and your eye view will stop somewhere. It means even where your eyes are stopped, there are still more and more tall buildings ahead. If you count right from, let's say, Kiambu is another county. If you take, for example, Kiambu, if you drove from Kiambu and came direct through the main city to Kikuyu land, or to Kikuyu, you know what I'm talking about, past Westland, you'll find that almost all that area is covered by tall buildings. You can't differentiate between Kiambu County and Nairobi County because they are all in the same place. They're all in the same mix. The only difference is that when you go a little bit far out of town through Eastern Express, then you'll know that you've gone far, because the length or the distance at which you have driven will just take you very far. When you reach Kamakis, then you'll know, okay, I have drawn almost past 10 miles or 10 kilometers away. Now that tells you development has really, really grown. So when you look at this and compare with the East African countries, you find that these guys have typically a little bit gone higher. I also went to the local areas. I drove through the mountain route, and we went directly to Machakos County. That is where, but when we went to Machakos, we found out that people live almost the same way like in Nairobi. There are shopping centers in there. But above all, I loved the steep slope of the area. It's so mountainous and very beautiful. People have built up there. And when you see the curves of the roads and the rivers that are beneath there, The place is naturally very beautiful. The topography, when you look at it, it's breathtaking. The beauty of Africa speaks for itself. It's only that the people that live in it have not seen how important that beauty is. It's the hub of tourism. That's what the tourists want to watch. Remember, tourism brings in a lot of dollars. A GDP, it contributes a lot to East African countries just because of the topography of the place, the natural endowment that we have that probably the white land do not possess. So all this makes us giants. And if we only happen to take care of them positively, man, I tell you, we'll be ahead in the next few years. Africa will become one of, okay, let me say we have already become the greatest developing cities or countries. We just need a little bit of leadership to make things work out right, which we are so far lacking. But I'm optimistic that you see change. These guys have really concentrated on working so hard to make sure that Africa does not remain the same. We have roads with beautiful estate companies, good buildings. Look at the ones on the right. Those are massive, massive real estate buildings. That's about 25-story building, and it all spans across on both sides. This is, by the way, headed towards Muthaiga. This is Parklands, and when you look at it, this side is basically like high rises before you reach Muthaiga, where the rich stay. It's the other side is covered by trees, but on this other side of the road is covered by apartments. So on both sides of the road, you can't see the sun in the morning. You only see the sun when it's about midday towards your head. So these guys have really worked so hard to develop their property market and also beautify their country. They have made it like a practice for every developer who wants to make the place change. They all put very massive infrastructures. As you can look from here, this is breathtaking. But guys, if all East Africa can emulate these people, we will be very, very far from anybody who want to touch us again. Enjoy watching, please. Also, I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has been here. Our subscribers, you mean a lot to us. You have encouraged us every day to do this. We thank all those who have been watching as well and have not yet subscribed. That's okay. I know there will come a time when you yourself will subscribe. If you like the videos we post in here, kindly click the bell button in there. Like what we do and take time to watch more videos that we post in. For now, I want to generally thank everybody who has been part of this video. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Already broken. You came here what's been outspoken. I spit truth with a chip on my shoulder. Got trauma in my tongue and the world getting colder. Used to pray for a check, now I check on my spirit. Cause the money don't echo when your soul ain't near. I see fake friends turn saints in the crisis, but they ghost real quick when the fame hit its height. Still I ride for my day ones. Still I ride when the pain comes. I don't flex, I reflect. I don't fear, I dissect, yeah. Every verse got a little confession, like every scar, just a deeper question. Mirror on the wall, tell me who gon' rise and fall. I've been running from my flaws, still I'm standing 10 feet tall. Mirror, don't you lie, I can see it in my eyes. Truth gon' surface every time, even when no mirror on the wall, tell me who gon' rise and fall. I've been running from my flaws, still I'm standing 10 feet tall. Mirror, don't you lie, I can see it in my eyes. Truth gon' surface every time, even when nowhere disguise.